the salt. We have 4 people in this assembly line of the Newfoundland fishing stage. The product moved along the table. Everybody got very skilled at their job, right? And the whole process went very quickly. Get the fish under salt before it got too soft. Okay? One gentleman said to me, "No, that's not assembly line." I said, "How come? Are you trying to defend the honor of Henry Ford or what?" "No," he said, "not an assembly line." He says, "It's a disassembly line." I show you the disassembly line of the Newfoundland fishing stage. By the way, you're thinking, well, wonder where Dave got those codfish. I have had a bait net. The lobster season is still open for another couple weeks, and the government allows me to put out a bait net to catch bait or my lobster traps, right? And sometimes in my bait nets, I will get codfish. Right? So I'm not allowed to heat them, not allowed to carry them up the house for the heat, but I can show you my demonstration, and then I can cut them up and put on my lobster traps for bait. Okay? So here's the assembly line of the Newfoundland fishing stage. You see I have these in the freezer, right? The cutter will cut the throat of the cod and slit it down to the belly like that. That's the job of the cutter done, right? Slide it onto the header. I'm the header now, right? I'll reach in, take out the liver, drop the liver in the whole liver bucket. Where in the heat of the summer sun, it will just dissolve away into cod liver oil. If you ever drank cod liver oil, you probably drank from this 150-year-old bucket right here, right? Somebody made that bucket perhaps back in 1900 or something, when you couldn't go anywhere and buy go to Walmart and buy a plastic bucket, right? If you want a bucket, you had to make your own. So this was a little dumper bucket. That would be full of liver in 5 minutes, and it had a little strap on it, see? And take that by the strap and go and empty it into barrels or puncheons like this. At the end of this fishing season, you have so many puncheons of cod liver oil. Must be seagulls.
Stop fishing here.
Huh? Was it a seagull up on the roof?
I've been. It's waiting to eat. There will be now.
It will be now, right? So the fish merchant then sold the fish to some company bottling cod liver oil. In St. John's there was a company called Gerald S. Doyle Limited, and they sent the cod liver oil all over Canada and the United States. This was a male codfish, and because there's no eggs in it, but this is what we call that critchlins, and that's actually the sperm-producing part of the male codfish right there, okay? And that codfish had absolutely nothing in his stomach, right? Because there's nothing for the codfish to eat now. Pull that up for me, my love. There you go.
Sorry, I don't have 2 hands.
Okay. Thank you. Now.
Oh.
That's the end of him.
Oh, you're a bit of a chiropractor too.
Chiropractor.
I felt that.
Good one. No more problem with the neck.
Yeah.
Before I become the splitter, I cut out the cod tongue. Cut the cod tongue. Now that's my favorite meal.
Oh, they were serious about that. And oh, good grief.
Here's the cod tongue. Now, somebody told me on a motor coach a while ago that they were at this government center over to the west coast somewhere, and they had Velcro codfish. You know, they had a make-believe codfish where the head was stuck onto the body with Velcro, right? No Velcro here. Okay?
Apparently.
It's a real thing, right? Now that's a cod tongue. You can see in the restaurant, cod tongue's on the menu. That's what you'll be getting. 2 questions to ask the waitress. If you want to know an answer to the first question, but ask her anyway. Are these tongues fresh tongues, or have they been frozen since last summer sometime? Right? She won't know the answer, but you can ask her. Second question, she will know the answer to, or you will know the answer to. Are these tongues going to be pan fried or deep fried? If they say deep fried, order chicken. Okay? You gotta have pan fried tongues, browned up on each side, right? You know, so they're not too jelly-ish, right? You know what I'm saying? My wife is sick and tired over the years of frying cod tongues for me. But we always fry out the little cubes of pork we call scrunchions in Newfoundland, right? You know, stuff that clogs up your arteries. Grandmother didn't know that. She lived in 96. Her daughter was 99. Father was 92.
Finally got her, eh?
Right? And they ate a lot of scrunchions. There you go, a lot of cod tongue, right?
Wow.
On the side of the cod's head, there's a cod cheeks, huh?
Sometimes called scallops.
Roll that right off there with my thumb, and here is the nice cod cheek. Just roll that in flour, and you got to roll your tongues in flour too, right? Or some kind of a thing on top. So we got right there now 2 delicacies,
Pickled cheeks.
tongue and cheek. Now, my father was a splitter all of his life. You can't take that fish like that and put it in a heap. All going to rot, right? Salt's not going to go through it. So we got to make that round fish into a flat fish, and that's called the art of splitting cod. Okay?
Here.
The art of splitting codfish. By the way, this right here, shark's oil. Oil from the liver of shark. Look how pure that is. Huh? I got 2 sharks tangled up in my herring nest last fall. They drowned because if sharks can't swim through the water, they can't take the oxygen out of the water, right? So sharks swim for 100 years. Never stop moving for 100 years, right? And they never get cancer. Right? You know? So
What do you do with that oil?
I might pick the flies out of it and drink it.
Oh yeah. He said he might. That's his word.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. That it's really good stuff. Now, what I do with the cod liver oil now, I maybe, you know, all my old fishing buildings here, every now and then they need to be a coat of paint on them. So instead of going buying paint, I paint them with cod liver oil. And years ago, we used to color the cod liver oil with red ochre. And that's the reason every fishing village, every fishing building in the fishing villages was red. They weren't painted with paint, they were painted with cod liver oil. But you could go to the fish market, you buy some like clay, red ochre, right? And put in. Father always had a barrel of cod liver oil mixed with ochre up in the store, and he had a broken off paddle down there, so every now and then you go and give a little stir, right? You stir up the red ochre, and you get your paint, right? And then it goes into the wood, and the water just runs down over it, right? And preserves the clapboard. That old building over there, and this one here, 100 years old, and the same clapboard on there now put on 100 years ago, right? You know? So let me see if I can split this fish. Now that I have this stuff frozen, see? And it's still frozen a bit in the center. It makes it very hard to split. When we were splitting fish years ago, they weren't frozen, right? Now, I learned to split at the second cleat there. You see how this could be a dangerous activity, right? If you know, no trouble to slash your ant open. But I have split thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of codfish over the years. And now the codfish has a split cod now, and that would drop down in the old washing tub, and the salter we'll dip it out, take it over, and salt it like that, right? So that's a split salt cod, right? And I'll use that on my lobster traps now later on this afternoon. I'll go off the lobster trap and just cut that up for bait on my lobster traps, right? Just to show you that this is live video.
Now, do you use the part you're holding on, do you use it for bait as well?
This here?
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't last 1 second on the lobster trap because these fish.
Oh yeah, you got a pin on, right?
Yeah, depending on what all I would eat off, right?
Right,
Right?
okay.
Now, if I was going to put it in a bag, yes, that'd be good too, right? You know, I'm going to throw this out by the camera, and you just watch, okay? Watch the. Watch that.
Oh, Freedy.
They know lunch is coming.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Chong.
Oh, and they're running seagull.
Yep.
The gulls are off.
They're out there too.